everybody, DJ Styles here at Custom Corpses. Anyway, guess what I'm working on again? I'm working on the lips. I'm working on the lower lip. This is the actual mask from um, the flash. That's the flashback mask that's on my screen, and I have it zoomed in on the lips, and I'm going to create that same look. So, with that being said, I'm going to be working on this guy to make it look good. And let me know what you guys think when you see it when it's finished. All right. So let me go put this phone on the stand. Hopefully, some of you viewers will join me shortly. And I'll have to put, how can I do this? I'm not going to be able to respond to anybody, throwing questions at me. So don't stop from texting because I will respond to you once I'm done this video. But I'm not going to be able to respond to you because I have to have this screen on for the lips. Trying to get it very accurate. I want to make it look just like that. And in order for me to do that, I have to keep that screen up. Therefore, I can't monitor the comments, and the phone's going to be back here on my stand, so you can see what I'm doing. I don't have multiple cameras. I wish I did. I'm not really set up quite right yet with YouTube. I think what I want to do is build the channel up to the point where I start making a little bit of money on the channel, and then I'll start investing money back into the channel when I start making money on the channel, even if it's a little bit of money. At least once I feel like the channel's growing enough to where it's worth me to go the extra mile and invest back into the channel, that's when I'll do it. But I won't do that until I'm making money, and I got to keep growing the channel the way it is right now. And with the help of some of you guys out there possibly editing my videos, this can happen. So, all right, I'm going to put this on the stand now, and I want to zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. And right now I'm working on the lips. And I still got a lot to do there, especially on the lower chin part. As a matter of fact, I want to take a look to see if I can adjust that bottom part. I don't think I can, though. I don't think I can adjust the bottom part to I don't want my shoulder blocking your view. Yeah, I'm just working on the lips and the jaw area. That's important to do. And I got to make it look good. I got to make it look right. So, with that being said, guys, let me get to work. And let me grab my tea. Man, I don't drink coffee anymore. I give up on it. I give up on coffee. Coffee is wrecking me. Constantly giving me diarrhea. I hate it. Getting old sucks, I think. It really does suck. Okay, can't wear the glasses when I'm working because I can see close up better without glasses on. Okay, so what I want to do here, I need the what do I want to do first? So I want to smooth this out. figure out this. I think I'm using the wrong, yeah, I was using the wrong edge, Dopey. Okay. Now in here, I'm going to use my little pusher to create proper shape. Okay. Now what I want to do is smooth this in like I did the other side. And I also have to shape this top, and I got to shape this bottom. Okay, so with that being said, like I said, guys, I can't see your comments, so don't be afraid to put them up there. I will reply to any of your comments once the video goes up, and it usually takes it takes a while to upload these videos when you're doing live. When you go from live to yeah, it's starting to. Does it look? I won't know where my look is on this until I get everything blended the way it's supposed to be. I think what I have to do here see, the side view in this situation actually gives me the best way to look at this thing. As I'm doing these lips. This bump area here has to come down significantly. Just trying to get the right, everything right, the right pitch. I don't want the chin being too puffy. Yeah, I talked to my wife about doing the schooling, and she agrees with me. She supports me in everything I do, which is so awesome. It really is, man. If you can find the perfect wife that supports you, man, you just don't, you can't, it's rare, you know. Find the perfect person. I shouldn't say wife because some of you guys might be with another guy. I'm not against somebody that's gay at all. I'm not against it at all. I don't have any friends that are gay. I've never had a problem with that at all. Are you up, Sue? So my wife is up now. She's got to get ready to go to work. She works, works, works. That's what she does. She works hard. She works hard for a long time. She's a pharmacist. And, now let me look at this dental. Oh, wow. Man, I'm really close to this. All right, so what do I need to do to fix this a little better? See, the shaping I'm trying to do with my hands, for the most part. Damn it. Okay. Tool. What tool do I need to fix this corner? So use the little pin. I need something smaller. Smaller in diameter. There we go. Okay, now I need to rake that lip so it goes upward a little bit. And fix this bottom part so it digs in right in here at the corner. Hey.
Hi.
Love you.
Love you too.
I'm on camera. So, what are you taking into work food wise?
I have a one. It's one of those curry things, the box things. I have one.
Is that going to be good enough for?
Yeah, fine.
Been a hell of a day. You know what I mean?
All right.
I love you.
I love you too, guys.
See you in the morning. I think I realized what the problem is. The chin needs to be a little bit more. I have to look at it. I'm going to have to get better shots on this. It's funny, when I sculpted this last time, I really nailed the chin perfectly. And for whatever reason, I feel like I'm struggling with this a little bit. Maybe I just changed it. Oh my God, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I turned that on the angle. The way I did. Because that really revealed the issue. I'm going to have to change the picture that I have on the screen here to a side view to get a better look at the way this is coming in to the jaw and the chin area. No big deal, but I can see the issue now. This was just sticking out way too far. Oh yeah, I'm pulling that in nice now. Now I see where the problem was, and yes, I'm solving the problem. That's awesome. Like I said, there's a subtlety that has to happen here. It can't be too overbearing, the look. Um, it's little, tiny little features that really make this evil, non-descriptive facial expression. And there's like this little tiny bit of a smile look to it. You know, this side's a little higher than this side. This kind of runs downward. And what I need to do is I keep getting these crumbs of clay into the lip area. There we go. Really? Give me a break. All right, this is what I'll do. Stop fighting me. Now, I don't want a crack in there like I have in here. So what I'm going to try and do is put this guy in here. Smooth out that cap. Ooh, God darn it. Smooth out that inside real good. man, this is starting to come together. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, am I looking at the lip and is it wide enough? This needs to flare out just a little bit more, I believe. I don't know. That might be just an illusion. Might be a little deeper. Yeah, no, it needs to flare out a little bit more. Let me see. Wait a minute. Where does that fall? Yep, needs to flare out just a little bit more. Okay. All right, and what I mean by that is, find the cutting edge, there we go. This. Changing the angle of this flare out. Just by a little bit. This is, oh yeah, I just nailed it. I just nailed the problem. Okay. I have a really good understanding of what it is now. And you'll see it instantly as soon as I reveal this. Oh yeah. All right, now, before I go and reveal this, I want to round out this sharp edge. The cutting edge? No, this is the cutting edge. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Smooth it in. This needs to be dug out just a little bit more. Needs to be deeper on this side, right here. I hope you guys can hear me. It needs to be deeper on this side, and I hope I'm not blocking that camera. That'll really tick me off. I must have lost one of my sculpting tools. I think, is that it? No. Probably fell on the floor. Digging out the center just a little bit more. Yeah, now it feels right. This side's still a little. Still on the shallow side. Okay. Yeah, that looks a lot better. You can look looking more natural. Pressing on the edges so they're a little more smoother. Okay, guys, there's a little bit of a okay, now what I want to do here before I start working in this region, I want to make sure that my corners are as best I can do, you know, the best work I can actually do. So let me try and of course I get still got to put the little air bubble in that corner, but I'm getting to where, yeah, now I got to start really smoothing out all the rough edges. And putting this lower lip to look more natural, because it definitely has a hangover, like a weird um, make sure it's cutting edges, so it's a pain in the ass. Alright, I had it backwards, of course. Okay, so it gets to this point right here, and then kind of sneaks back into the mouth region, and I kind of have it bulging here. Okay. Now the lower lip bulges out, I'm going to say both sides on up to about here. So what I have to do is put a little bit of clay on one side and a little bit of clay on the other to give that bulge out. Just a little bit, nothing crazy. I have to make sure that this is up. See, what I did is I pushed it up so it's almost flush here, and then I'll dig it out. I'll take off that top edge and blend it in better. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying, guys? Alright, now how do I want to dig that out? Because now that clay is really soft because I've warmed it up with my hands. So I have to be careful how I dig this out, or else it'll peel the whole thing off of here. Okay. Success. I just have to blend this in. All right, need a bigger round loop, round hoop. Yes. Same with the other side now. I'm gonna put a little piece right in, right here. Put this clay ball down. Now, I think the pitch on this lip has to be fixed a little bit. One's, this is like, it's pitched in this direction, and the other one's more straight up, so that's no big deal. That's easy to fix. Okay, I didn't push this into this lip good enough here. All right, but I'm at the point, and that's not the cutting edge. That could be a problem.
What, to get rid of his truck?
Now, the next thing I have to do is make sure that this lip is not protruding past the upper lip. It actually has to be sunk back. It's almost, yeah, man, it looks almost as good as,
Yo, Yanni,
yo,
what are you doing, man?
I'm streaming a little bit. Nothing, you can't come in and say hello.
That looks fantastic.
You see how close that is now?
Yeah.
You know, I'm still got to work in here. I got to change the angle of my picture. So I can see a side profile.
Yeah.
To line this up, and I'll turn this sideways to make sure that this is lined up to where it's supposed to be. But right now I'm trying to make sure that my lip is okay. I'm going off of this, not this. But I have to make sure this is up further, and then this here is pitched. The pitch is wrong on this side. This is the issues that you face when you're right-handed working on the left side of anything. And if you're left-handed, then you got to work on the right side of anything. It always gives you a problem.
Quick question, John.
What's that?
The shot you got going on here.
The shot.
When you're working, you can't see what you're doing. You want me to raise this up a little bit?
Oh, you're looking at the picture. You can see the.
Yeah.
I'm blocking the view.
Yeah.
Oh my God! All
No,
this
you're
time?
Oh no, does that go up?
Nah, it's broke. Move it over just a little bit. God damn it! I thought I had it clear.
Now you're clear.
All that time.
It was
See,
only
there's
20.
no way to know.
Yeah, there's only like 26 minutes.
Yeah, almost everything that I did. That's the problem. All
Yeah.
the work that I did to it.
Well, it's like that reveal. Ta-da! There it is.
Sorry, guys. You know, I don't have a cameraman. At least I didn't. Now I got one here. I can't look at the camera and be here at the same time to see whether or not I'm in frame or out of frame.
Got to put tape on the floor where the stand's at.
Yeah, that would be a smart thing to do. I'm just trying to match this pitch. I don't want to go too high though. No, that's still good. What do you think so far?
Looks good. Looking good, man. No more pucker face.
Yeah, that went away. I knew I was going to fix that problem with no problem, but now it's starting to really come in. I'm starting to see. You're not going to see this. See, it's real rough right now. The edge, the corner work. I'm going to have to change that picture. Once I have this picture, when I look at this and I look at that and I know that it's there, then I got to change the picture and change the angle to see where I am from a side view. Hopefully I'm back where I need to be with this corner mouth. I actually had to add a little more depth to that. But I think I got the lower lip exactly where it needs to be. Man, you're talking about crumbs of clay that you're moving around when you're doing this. You're not dealing with large quantities. You still with me? Man, I feel so bad, guys. I hope my shoulder hasn't been in the way the entire time. I apologize. I might have to, God, no wonder. If anybody joined me, they probably left. Thinking, huh, we can't see anything he's doing. Oh, man, I got to work on getting better camera gear and really doing something about this channel and make it better. Wow, that looks really good. Yeah, this corner looks really good now. It's really coming into where it needs to be. I only hope that I have the look correct from the opposite side when I turn it, pivot. You know what? Before I go any further, let me just see if it feels natural without looking at the camera. You know? I just need a little bit more roundness in this chin area. I don't want to push this depth out too much further, but I do need to put a little bit more clay right here, just to round that out a little bit better, and then put some more round underneath the chin. So with that being said, I'm going to take a nice soft piece of clay right now and try to fill that chin in real good right here. Don't mind my hand. Sorry guys, I'm blocking this, but I have to hold this while I smooth this in. Pushing that in. Right now I'm just generally shaping this chin to trying to give it a little bit more roundness. Now let me check the profile again. Oh my God, look at that, guys. See that? Hopefully I have the right angle on you. Does that look dead on to you? Yeah. Yeah, that looking good. Looking good now. I need to put a little bit more clay up in here. I've got this dug out too far down on the chin. I'm just looking at the distance between the top of this here to the top of the lip. It's not correct. And I don't know that I have the chin wide enough, to tell you the truth. You can feel the chin when it's right. You can actually feel the shape. And I can feel the spots where that are flat. And I have to fix those spots. I don't want to put too much clay on here though, because then I'll have to take it all off again. That's not the objective. The objective is here is to make sure that the surface is rounded. Not to keep adding more. I don't want to bump my face back out again. That's not what I'm trying to do. Now this is dug out just a little bit too much over here. Oh, what's going on? I'm hacking up a hairball or something? What the heck? I don't think it's COVID anymore, is it? Hope not. Wow, this is looking good. I'm really impressed with this. I'm just a little bit miffed with this end. I have to see how that's gonna take shape. I have to see. I have to see once I get the camera, once I get the picture up that I want to go off of on that side. Working with crumbs of clay, guys, crumbs of clay. And once I have the actual shape where I feel like it needs to be, then I'll start carving and shaping, smoothing it out. Yeah, this here needs more clay here. Shaping the chin it can be difficult. Getting that lower lip balanced and getting the shape on the chin itself has to be right. But you're going to see that come together as I'm doing this. now that I messed up at least 20 minutes of it, I don't know, I can't wait to go see. I want to see what I did on that video to see how messed up that looks. See, the clay is too soft now. It's not smoothing in the way I want it to. Oh yeah, yeah. This is definitely um, awesome. So awesome. You know, once I get to the point where I'm smoothing out and getting all the little imperfections, um, you're going to really see. The very next thing I'm going to do on this tutorial or video or live feed or whatever you want to call this, is I'm going to turn this on its side. I'm going to change that picture, so I'm going to be out of the picture for a few minutes until I get this correct. Man. Wow, what a difference just in the little bit of changes that I made. Just in the last few minutes have really changed the look of the face. So the 15 minutes that you missed out on me shaping this area, all I basically did was I put some clay here and I put some clay here. And I started, you know, pulling it back, and then I dug out in this area, and then I rounded the chin in this area, all right, and to make sure that the chin is like it. When I first started this arch here was real high, real steep, and it was because it was protruding out too far, and it just didn't look balanced. And once I started cutting it back and cutting back into the face on the corners of the mouth, everything started to come together, and especially the chin, making sure that the chin was high enough here, but more importantly, that it wasn't dropping down too sloped down in this area. It really gave that puckered look. Now I spread out the chin and I brought it back into this region once I cut that back. I don't know if any of that made sense to any of you guys out there. If you're artists, I think you understand what I'm saying. It's just not a very easy mask or sculpture to do. And I'm still just looking at the imperfections. I'm just trying to make the chin nice and round and smooth. I don't want to have to shape too much of it with the tools. I want to be able to shape it with my fingers because I can feel the imperfections by doing that. I can feel a high spot and then pull it over to a low spot. That was a high spot here, and there was like a little bit of a valley right on the bottom of his chin, and I just pulled it in and made it go away. Trust your fingers. Trust your hands. It's important to trust your what you feel too, especially if you are a, if you have the ability. I don't know. I can close my eyes and feel shapes. You know, I can look at an image, close my eyes, and then feel that shape on the clay, and make that clay. It's not the way I prefer to sculpt because it's not perfect. It's not a perfect way to approach it, but I can close my eyes and feel that general shape. Can I make it perfect? Hell no. Wish I could. I wouldn't be doing. I would have been doing this for my life's work. I would have been. I would have been one of the best sculptors in the world, I guess. You know, if you can do that. Anybody that's that good, you know, does amazing work. And I still have to beef this lower region here out by maybe. Oh, I have to look at it. I have to look at it from this view, and I will put the thickness on there and then work it up into the neck. I will put the very bottom edge out as far as I need to go to make sure that I can go straight up and down with the neckline. Then I will. Then I'll make these. You know, I'll put these back in. You know, yeah, you know. You know. I think I'm talking too much. Let's get busy here with some shaping, general shaping now. And smoothing out. Just taking out the lumps. Trying to give it a nice roundish, natural curve to it. Oops. Waited too long to clean the knife. Now I'm not putting a lot of pressure on this. I'm just trying to shape it to where it feels more natural. Just taking a lot of the lumps and clumps off that chin. Did it again. Waited too long. Where'd that go? Oh, there it is. Clumps and clumps of clay. It's coming together, guys. It really is. It's looking good. Let me turn that on its side to see how that looks. See how natural it looks. I don't really need to. And it's still bumped out right in here too much. You just have to, know what looks natural and what doesn't. And you always want to change your perspective on, your point of view to see what changes need to be made. Yeah, that's looking really good. Yes, it is. Even the angle of the jawline. I still got to put a little bit more clay underneath of here to make this rounded in this area, but I'm pretty close to the generalized shaping. What I'm doing here is bringing in all these shapes together and right in this region and kind of round it out nice and smooth. It all comes in together this way, it all comes in together this way. You don't want to overstroke on one area because then you end up creating a flat spot where the jaw is never flat. It's actually very round, and you have to make sure that you don't lose that perspective. And I can't wait to look at that dead on to see what that looks like dead on, because it looks really nice the way I'm looking at it right now. Oh yeah, that definitely changed it. Yeah, that brought that in all real nice and smooth in this area. Now this whole side of the face has a little bit of a droopiness to it. It runs high to low, but it's a really mild drop off. It's not real steep, but the same thing with the chin line right in here. It's higher on this side and lower on this side. It creates that illusion that the whole side of the right, my right side of the face, the opposite side of the check mark, that side always gives you the illusion of a droopingness to it, due to the bulge here, as well as the way this chin goes from high to low, and the pitch on the mouth seam itself. It runs from high to low, and it's a very mild pitch downward. And what gives it that, like almost like he's got a little bit of a smile, is the curl ups. This side's a little bit more straight to the corner, but this side has this little curl up into the corner. The lighting right now is keeping you from seeing how this actually looks curled up. Yeah, see, there you go. I blocked the light a little bit. You see how that curls up in there now, naturally, and it gives that little bit of a smile look to it. You know, it's kind of weird. Yeah, it's. Let me just try and make sure that everything looks. Now, I still have to. So what I'm doing right here, right now, is in this corner of the mouth, it gives you this little bit of a, this is what creates the smile, is actually by scooping out in this area and making this go kind of upward, by flattening out this region by digging down into it. When you dig down into that lip, it will create this little bit of a little dip in here. But I can't wait to see what this looks like. Oops. Just hit this bottom lip a little too much. Everything is so subtle. It really is. All right, now I see what I have to do now because I dug just a little bit too far straight down on that. So what I'm going to do to bring that lip back up into form, go up to the corner. And bring that lip back up to where it needs to be. Now when the light's off on that, you'll really see that. Damn it. Little clump of clay got in there. Alright. Gonna fight me. This is why I want to go to school. Because I'm at the point now where I need to know some other techniques on how to get into this region when you're trying to, smooth it out, and it gets so. Oh my God, yeah, that looks good. All I had to do is start bringing it out a little bit further up to the lip area, up into this area, and it changed the way the lip looked. Oh wow, wow! I just learned something. I love it when I discover things, but I'm at the point now where I'm discovering less and less because I'm repeating some of my techniques too much. I need to yeah, that sneaks into the lip. You got to make sure that you bring that back into perspective. Now that looks more natural. Still has this little bit of a smile look to it. Pretty cool. God, you gotta love this stuff. All right, so what I'm going to do right now, because I'm going to end this video, is I'm going to nap through this and try to see where the imperfections are and where I need to smooth out more and change the picture to get my side views right. I definitely have to do that. And boy, did I hope I didn't just bang that in. Yeah. Alright, so the bump out there, bump out here. Who dat? Who dat? Alright, let me do some naphtha on this thing and try and smooth it out to see where I need to do the smoothing. See what happens to this when you really use that naphtha? It knocks out a lot of the bad. I'm really impressed with this. This looks really good, guys. This looks a lot better than what I had, that's for sure. I'm a ways off yet, but when this sculpture is finished, I think you collectors out there are gonna love this mask. You're gonna want it. Yeah, I see quite a bit of bumps and ripples in this yet. Got more smoothing to do. I can't wait to look at that profile shot to see where I'm at with that. There's still something wrong on this side of the face. I can't put my finger on it yet. We'll see. It still looks like it's protruding out too far on this side for some reason. This side looks perfect. This side looks perfect. This side looks something looks off. Looking dead on at lip level. I'm actually my eye line is right here. And I'm looking at this, and I don't know, there's something about, maybe it's this. Maybe it's that little, this region here. Maybe it's too straight up and down. Maybe it needs to be curved a little bit like this. See what I'm doing? It needs to be a little bit more rounded in this area. But, with everything said, guys, that is where I'm at with this. And I still got quite a bit of work to do down here. You know, I don't like spending too many hours on the sculpture, because what happens is you need a fresh set of eyes sometimes. If you spend too many hours on working on something, it's almost like the same principle as you need to back up and you have to reobserve what you're doing. You have to constantly look at your sculpture. Yes, this lip's sticking out too far in here, so I'm going to have to cut this upper lip back just a little bit, or lower lip. I have to cut this lower lip back a little bit because I don't want this lower lip further out than the upper lip. And I really don't want that chin. I got to figure this out. This is bulging out just a little bit too far, but I have to round it. I want it rounded, but I want to make sure that it's not sticking out as far as it is. It has to come back just a little bit, probably like a 1/16 of an inch to it. No, I would say more like an 1/8 inch. I got to take back off of this, but I want to make sure that I keep the roundness as I do it. And then, of course, to make this straight up and down, let me see something. From here to here, is that enough? That might be enough right there. I'm starting it right at the between the two necklines. This way, from that point on, I can fix this by, it'll be easier to fix. It'll just be easier. So I'm doing dead center. And I'm going to make sure that I have the right depth at the bottom. And I still got some clay to put in here because this isn't quite square, level enough, you know what I mean? See that dips down? I'm working from here to here right now to make sure that stays. I don't want it coming undone from underneath. Just trying to keep everything really, really squared off and rounded the right way. You don't want an edge that doesn't look, looks like it's a rough cut. You don't want that. Really pushing it up underneath. Now I'm going to throw a little tiny bit of clay on the outside of that. Actually, I'm going to make a little worm. I'll push that right into this edge here. I kind of work all over the place on a mask whenever I'm working on it. I don't stay in one spot. See something, fix it while you see it. Because if you don't, sometimes you can overlook things and never go back to it. You discover something, you go, whoa, you know what? Stay right where you're at because you're not going to remember this. You're going to forget it. And you see how that's coming in nice and round now? And you see how like this clay I have bumped out right here at the bottom? That gives me a guideline that I know that all I got to do is fill that in from this distance in, blend it in, and that'll give me that nice squared off look that I'm looking for. I just have to fill it in. And over here I got a little bit of a so you take a piece of clay and you kind of work it into the edge, and you want to blend it in, press it in as good as you can, and then push it over right on the sharp edge and create that nice squared off edge And wherever you see a lump or a bump, you want to just constantly work it. Just work it until it looks right. Now I'll put the tool on this once I have this line right. You know, I get the line right, then boom. Now with this being said right here, you know, I can see looking forward now that there's a dip over here. So what I have to do is make a little piece of clay like this and put it in here and then bring this in smooth. I work from the bottom up when it comes to the neck. And the reason why is because if you can make this nice and round at the very bottom, everything else you just work up. You just work up and bring it up to whatever depth that you've set at the very base. If you get what I mean. God, the clay's soft now. So you can't put I can't smear the soft clay on top of soft clay because it wants to pull apart. You know, it smears nice if the clay underneath is real hard. See, once I have now I have to redo. I'll have to redo these, no doubt. And I know where I'm lining them up. They actually, if you look at, they're right here on the chin, and they go up into the nostril, and that's how you want to make your guides on that. They're just little things that I picked up on how to do the neck when I first start the mask. I don't know. I can't remember. I know I just piled on the clay depth as much as I could, and then I started to shape it as I was going. You can't. You always have to make sure that your eyes and ears, your eyes are in the right place on the armature. The eyes on this armature are right where these eyes are. You want to make sure that your ears are lined up to your armature's ears because the armature is designed to fit a male human head. At least this armature is. And if you don't have those things lined up, your mask will never fit naturally on your head. And that's accounting for the shrinkage. When I say that, like when the latex shrinks up, as long as the armature was lined up correctly, the mask will shrink, and it'll still stay in line with your eyes and your ears, and it's kind of weird, but that's how it works. So that's how it works, guys. And you want to make sure that whenever you make a sculpture, that you go probably twice. Let me see. If your head is, let's just say, for instance, your head is 26 inches in diameter. When I say diameter, you take a tape measure and you measure across your scalp right here, right, around the top of your ears, all right, and to the very furthest point of the back of your head, you have to make sure that that's where you put your tape measure, and that will give you your measurement of your head. You know, some people, you can just take a piece of string and put it around your head in that position, and you can feel when you're putting something around your head, you can feel the high spot. You know, our heads are kind of very, you know, you feel the high spot, and that's the furthest point, and that's where you want that string, is like right on the high spot, and you bring it around to your scalp, because that's the furthest point on your head. And then you take that piece of string and you pinch them together and then put a mark on each end, all right, and then lay it out on a piece of tape measure, and that'll tell you your measurement of your head. Now, with that being said, let's say you were 27 inches in diameter, which is a large head. Now, let's make it 26. Actually, 25 is more realistic. Say you have a 25-inch head, and that's actually a large head. That's a large human head, 25 inches. I would make my sculpture at least, now if you want two sizes, in other words, I want to make a small mask and a large mask. I'm going to make that sculpture in diameter at least, you know what, where's my tape measure? You know, we'll know just how big this is. Ow, it's in here. What did I do with it? And amongst all this other junk. Where are you at? I know you're in here. There you are, hiding. You are hiding from me. Well, I need a new tape measure. This thing is a mess. Okay, so we're going to measure this. I kind of already know where the back of this head is. All right, so we're going to measure this. Let me make sure. Okay, so this is 29 inches. Let me make sure that's on the back of it. Oh, it's not quite there. Hold on. There's the furthest point of my... Okay, so this is 30 inches. So if your head is 25 inches on what, you know, your natural head, you take this tape measure and you put it around your head and it says 25 inches, make your sculpture 30 inches in diameter. You know, that's if you want to make two size masks. And you always want to do that for customers, because not everybody has a small head, not everybody has a large head. I don't fit in this mask. This is only a 24-inch round mask that the Trick or Treat Studios Tots mask. It's too small for me. I have a larger head. I need a bare minimum of at least 25 inches, 26 inches to fit in a mask, and that's snug. 25 inches is snug on me. So now remember, if it's 30 inches, when you make a latex master, it shrinks down 2 inches. So you go from 30 to 28, and then from 28 to 26. So if you have a 25-inch head, the 26-inch head or the 26-inch mask should fit you pretty good. You may have to go as high as the 28 to make it look, you know, so it's nice and comfortable on you. Because in the mask, even though that the diameter is a little bit bigger, what happens is the feature areas and stuff shrink up more. And the other thing that I do is I like to make thick casted masks. I don't make them too thin. Because if you make the mask too thin, what happens is the mask doesn't last as long. But on the other side, on the same side of that coin, if I make a very thick casted mask, there's more shrinkage. So instead of going 2 inches smaller, it can literally shrink up to 3 inches in diameter and small. So I accounted for that. That's why I made my sculpture 30 inches, because I accounted for my thickness the way I like to pour my masks. I'm no mathematician, but I kind of there's a formula out there that you can use, and I don't know. It's basically this: a mask shrinks at normal thickness about 2 inches. The thicker you make your mask, the more it shrinks beyond the 2 inches. All right, so a 30-inch mask, if I make it a very thick mask, it'll be a 27-inch mask when the shrinkage is completely done. Over a course of probably a month, the shrinkage takes place, and you maybe a month and a half, and that's when your mask is shrunk down to where it's going to be for the rest of the remainder of its life. So let me see what this looks like without the front light on. Yeah, see, I'm still looking like it's still protruding out too far this way. I don't know. I have to figure it out. I can still see where it's not blended in nice enough here, where you can still see these hard ridge lines. You want everything to look really smoothed in, where it looks really blended nicely. And the thing I also want to do before I forget is I want to make sure I keep my lines where I'm going to make my necklines, so I can see where they're at. Once I fill this all in, I know where they're coming in at. I know where they are at the top. I'm not going to go all the way to the top. I'm only going to go up to the bottom of the neck when I bump this neck out where it needs to be, and just round it off, make it look nice, and more uniform to what it should be. Boy, I gotta cut this face back some more. I gotta cut this chin back. I made it too, I put a little too much on it. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna bounce off of here. That's the video for tonight. You can see where it's headed. It's getting there, but I'm still not happy with the corners of the mouth. See, that's the actual screen mask. This is my sculpture. Screen. Sculpture. I'm seeing little things now that I'm going back and forth with the camera. Like in here, right in this corner, it doesn't drop. See, mine's dropping down too low in here. But then again, I have to see this from different angles to see exactly what that could be lighting that's causing that to the mask. We will see. I have to round out this corner better right in here. That's still not quite right there. And I got to make sure that depth is right. I'm going to have to turn this on its side and look at a side shot from the actual screen used mask to get the right look. I'll get there. Don't worry. It'll happen. I'm not going to give up until I do. Hey, whoever's watching the video, give me a shout out real quick, because I want to know who it was. Who is it that's watching? And is it Jim?
No, I don't know.
So anyway, guys, I want to say thanks for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe and hit the notification button. Share the content. And thank you so much for following me along on this journey into the world of mask making and sculpting. So I want to say peace. Love yous all. Have a great night. Bye-bye.